Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to play victim or innocence here, but I want you to pay attention to all these transactions here. Because guess what? Guess what I have? So, if you look at my post recently, you can see that same transaction on July the 8th. But your transaction states July 9th because it was returned to you. Not only you try to kiss and make up, and you would deny. Here's the thing. You see that $6.97 happy birthday bullshit donation? Right? Weren't you, Mr. DeHart, receive that money back? Why don't you show the transactions? Go to your PayPal, right? Go into your PayPal, log in, and put in my email. You don't know my email, don't you? You just know the transaction. That means you didn't keep a good record of it. But guess what, everyone? I just proved to you how might you look at the time of those photographs. That means, Mr. Denmark, you got your $9.49 back, your $6.97 back, your $75 for ramen, which no one asked for, by the way. So, keep that in mind, friend. Show those transactions, the refund transactions. Please do. But, like I said, everyone, this is not about the money. This was about his, mind you, attitude and his approach by coming to this channel in the first place with negative and criminal and violently and harassment intent. That has nothing to do with the fucking donations, you dickhead. Listen to the narrative next time. This has something to do with you physically opening your mouth and writing an email with a bunch of hate. You're trying to get the audience to not remember that first email. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the last video, this goes straight all the way back to 2022. When I was in Invisible People, he came from that particular group of people. That kind of toxic audience. So, just want you guys to remember that. Where he came from. What kind of audience he came from. He didn't come to the channel to say, I'm sorry about what happened to your loss. He didn't say, I'm sorry that your employer is giving you the runaround, fight back. No, he came here to violate my fucking constitution when he's not even a fucking American. How dare you, bro? And you wonder why people don't want to ally with you. You just don't get it. This has nothing to do with donations. But I just proven why you got your donations back every time you try to donate. That's why you're only showing those 4 transactions. Why don't you show the last 12 transactions? But you know what? It's not about the donation. It was all about you. You physically came to my channel, my circle, and tried to break up the circle. Do you understand that? Common sense. Common sense. Think about it. You came here. I didn't come to you. Stop trying to get the audience to try to persuade the audience that I came to you and started this. I didn't start shit with you, bro. You came here, and like I said, you're a racist, motherfucker. You always have some type of attention against people of color. Look at your own content. It literally shows it. The way you say things about color people. Fucking idiot. Look at your own content, bro. And the rest of you, you're so blind. I just proven why he just tried to trick you into believing that he actually donated. Yeah, he did. But he's not showing you that he got a refund on July 9th. And that's what he's showing you. Show the full transaction. Go into your fucking your bank account. Because I got a video waiting for your response. And I want you to see what you say when I, mind you, unprivately release that video. with all of it. And then what you gonna say then? But that's not the point. You're just a atrocious e-baker. I'm an atrocious e-baker like Paul Logan and all these other scam ass YouTubers, right? Fuck out of here. Don't ever compare me to fucking real scammers when when you are a fucking scam with your bullshit lies about who you really are. Like I said, guys, you guys are so blind. He's literally trying to, mind you, deviate the story so the focus shift is not on him. It's all on me. You're not very bright. Why are you showing only 4 transactions? Because you know that's all you got. And those are, mind you, those are your refunds. Each and every last one of them has a second date on them. And then you were blocked because you won't stop. With your fucking, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to make it up, kiss ass, because you know I was right about something in 2022 about you. In 2023. Actually, but that's the thing. This is not about the donations. This was about his motives to come to someone else's YouTube channel or whatever network they're on and try to sabotage it. That's the point. You came here with criminal intent. Mind you, the first, second, third, fourth, sixth, 10th, 12th email demonstrates why you are wrong. You always have been wrong. But like I said, you just want to shift the blame on me. Your blame. I didn't walk to myself, to my own channel and start assaulting myself. That's just insane. And ludicrous at the same time. You came here. That's what this whole thing's what we've been talking about. None about financials. You brung up the financials with the $100 donation. I didn't say anything about $100 fucking donation. And that's another thing. You said $100 donation. Because you don't recall you actually getting the refund. That's why. You knew you tried several times to donate and you got rejected and denied. Then we blocked you because he didn't want to deal with you. So ladies and gentlemen, check out my post, look at the date and the time on my post on that transaction. Now look at his transaction. It says July 9th. He was, mind you, refunded his transaction. So ladies and gentlemen, this is not about funds though. This is about his motive to cause harm and spread false information about someone. This is what this is about, and you're missing the point. Did I come to myself and do that? No, he came to me. He came from invisible people. He came from a toxic community. Remember that. So understand what you're fucking preaching. And a lot of you are just a bunch of losers anyway. And Mr. Dimhart, you can't sue me for shit. You got nothing to be sued for. This is why you're wasting my time. Because you're broke. You just want my money. See how he always engages, says, I sue him for lots of money. That's all you care about is money. This is what this is about to you. Money. This is not about survival. This is not trying to give back to the community for you. This is all about money. You're trying to milk. Like I said, you're just trying to milk over someone else's struggles and, mind you, and troubles in life. And try to accuse the person for not even trying hard enough. That's a person like you, an manipulator. You're literally trying to manipulate the situation, knowing that this is your intent. And you don't want the focus to be focused on you because you know you're a liar. You're not a filmmaker. Look at your content. At least approve your content. But the quality of your content is so mediocre. Mind you, you scream like an amateur filmmaker. You're not even an amateur, beginner. You are a beginner filmmaker. That's what you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it out like I see it. If you got a problem with that, Mr. Tim Hart, then come to America, get a cease and desist order on me, and then yes, go to court, because you will fail. Because your emails demonstrate the capability of your, mind you, your education level. Like I said, you don't want people to focus on the narrative. It's your emails. Your first 23 emails. With that said, everyone, food was donated. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I got a shift tonight, motherfucker, at 12. You see that? I'm up and it's donating food, and I have to go to work at 12 o'clock tonight. You fucking douche. It goes to show you guys, like, pay attention to what he says. And pay attention to what I say. Because obviously you guys are not, because you don't want to. You don't want to pay attention to what is really important. Who started this first? That's what it's going to come down to it. Who started what first? He did. I didn't ask for him to come here and start a preacher talking about this is the problem with you young black people. Like you fucking Jehovah White Witness from fucking Sweden. The fuck out of here with that bullshit preaching. Like I said to everyone, I don't believe in God. Don't preach God to me. I got no disrespect for it, but I'm not going to listen to a book that man wrote. No, that's just control. Show me some real fucking miracle shit, and then I will believe it. Until then, nah. That's just my choice. But I'm not going to disrespect what you believe in. That's just my point. But as I said, everyone, this guy came here and tried to disrupt the audience, and mind you, and try to kill the channel, because that's what one of your emails, I think it's your 9th email, you said you wanted to destroy and make sure that I won't ever get a job in the city of New York or anywhere I go. That was one of your motives. But it backfired. I got a New York City media pass. How did I get that, sir? I proved all credentials. Website, affiliation, everything. Did you complete any survey or any qualification to participate in, city activities or as a press or a journalist? No. And then you got a nerve to call my press pass. Mind you, remember that, everybody? Remember that, Michael Collins? This man said my press pass was fake. Remember? I think that was your 13 to 14 email. Because, remind you, we didn't get the press pass until that year of 2023, on that January. And do you remember why we got it? Do you remember? Mr. Demhart? See, I was invited by NBC to do a joint partnership, right? They gave me a pass, they gave me access, right? But the captain, allowed me to stick in one area. You guys saw that on live stream. But a lieutenant decided to kick me out. And then NYPD decided to email me and apologize for that. And then said, hey, we have an opportunity for you. And we don't mention this to a lot of citizens, but we have a New York City media consensus pass. Now, if you have any qualifications, any certification, any certificates, whatever, if you can clear a federal background check or a local background check, you can get one. So I talked to that captain. He approached me to the right direction, right? And guess what? In no time, in less than 2 months, I got that New York City press pass. And then everyone else, if you watch my videos from that point on, everyone else was asking me the very wrong question. How the fuck did you get that press pass in less than 2 months? I already had to work. I document everything before I even knew there was a press pass. I documented everything, all events, every single parade, every single food vendor, everything. This is why I have, mind you, everybody, 10 terabytes worth of video and storage of all video archives since 2021. I don't delete anything. This is why I don't delete emails, and I definitely don't delete anything that is very important like this. So I'm telling you now from experience, everyone. I'm not here trying to get your good graces. No, you can hate me, you can disagree with me. I don't care. I'm just telling my side of the story, and I'm telling you in the audience to think smart about what I just told you about the timeline. He came here to, to interrupt a community trying to help someone without understanding the situation. Instead, he wanted to act out rationally because this is what people that are racist do. So with that said, everyone, I call it like it is. You don't come to someone's and then call me a crackhead and call me a junkie. Remember those days? Michael Collins, Alicia, Sabrina, George, Jeff, John, Jonathan from New Jersey. Remember that, Jonathan? Even Jonathan from New Jersey is still watching. Mind you, life changed for him. But like, even he remembers it. Everyone that's old enough remembers how you came to this channel and started messaging saying I was a fake photographer, fake videographer, that's why you're homeless, you're a bum, blah, 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 stay off the drugs. Mind you, you made fun of my oral hygiene when you had no idea I was in a fucking car accident, did you? Or I started drinking sake and didn't give a fuck anymore because I lost someone. Yeah, you didn't think about that. But no, you immediately accuse someone that you never met in life for drug abuse. That's defamation. Then you accuse me of being a thief. That's another assumption. Like I said, he allegedly, because this is what he believes. So let him believe what he wants to believe, and let his fucking toxic audience believe what they want to believe. But we have the facts. I don't care what he posts anymore. You just inserted yourself 3 days ago in my conversation with Alex Hankey. You didn't need to. You could have just stayed out of it and this would never have occurred. That's your problem. You just can't help it. You can't help inserting yourself into other people's business. This is why no one wants to hire you. Because you are a very unsettling and can't work with others. Yeah, I know all about you, Mr. Demhard Schniffroff, how you pronounce your last name. Your last colleague said you're not very someone to work with. You do not know how to work with others. This is why you have a hard time with tension. You have a, mind you, do you have what they call BHP? You probably do. You need to go get that checked out, friend. But like I said, everyone, I didn't start this. No whatsoever. Just clearing the air. And everyone else that wants to take sides, but you forget one point too. You all took a side over one person. Alex Bailey, a 4-time convicted drug pedophile motherfucker that came to New York. And then, mind you, he lied to you and said that he's from New York and blah, blah, blah. He's been living in New York since 2018. Turns out that's a lie because he even confessed on his own YouTube channel. He came here from Florida after being released from the Chicago, mind you, from prison, and then decided that Florida was too rough for him because Floridas don't play that shit. So he came to New York because he knows that the laws are kind of broken up here. He can just do what he wants. Like everyone else that came to New York City. He's not a native. He's not a New Yorker. You vouched for him, remember? You were actually supporting this guy. But you want the people to not think about that narrative, which is totally bad behavior and bad representation. Because that shit's gonna bite you in the ass when these emails bite you in the ass. Remember, you email me multiple times with your discretion of hate. And then when someone actually replies back to you, you just, it's not cool. I'm not supposed to defend myself, right? I'm not supposed to defend myself, right? That's just nonsense. That's like saying that you should have the upper hand at all the time, and I should not reply back or say anything or retaliate. Bullshit. So like I said, everyone, I'm not gonna let some punk wannabe that's across the pond try to bully someone that he's never met before. He got his information from a fucking what the fuck was the drug he used? Alex, you did so many drugs. You did a list of drugs, bro. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point that out. He vouched. He got his information from a 4-time convicted felon. That's where he got his information from. A felon that had it out for me. Fucking hilarious, isn't it? It's hilarious. It's fucking not just funny. It's ridiculous. So with that said, just sharing. If anybody got a problem with me sharing that information, well, I'm about to share more information. I'm about to actually add some video to prove to the audience. Oops. Because there are other people from 2022 that donated. I need to make sure that I don't dox them while showing you the transactions. Because I care about doxing people. But guess what? I know where you live, mister. Remember, PayPal is my friend. And you gave up your information when you send me those donations. And then you stopped because when I told you, I know where you live now. And then you want to play this game with the 1 cent ramen. And you thought I was bluffing. So if I'm bluffing, if I show your address right now, then I will hold responsible for that. Right? Because I do have your address. And this is why you don't have my address. And so if I was you, sir, I'd be very fucking careful how you speak to me. Because you don't know me. And you think you're some tough guy. You're not tough. You're not. This is why no one wants to work with you. No one wants to give you opportunity. You ran out your choices. You buried your own self with your biggery of even your own people around you don't want to hang around you. Because you're not someone to cooperate. You can't cooperate. It's got to be your way or the highway. Am I right? Am I right? You haven't worked in a professional field in 21 years. So you started this YouTube channel in 2014, established it in 2016, and then tried to call yourself an acclaimed war filmmaker with no credibility, no website to prove that, nothing that links you to a film or a work. I know people in Paris, France, mind you, Germany, there are filmmakers in Germany, they have credibility. I know filmmakers from Brazil, Japan, China, with credibility, with what, mind you, with full functional websites to prove they work. And you don't have either or none. You don't have nothing. You're just faking the juice. Are you a juice squeezer? That's what we call people, juice squeezers. Just trying to get every ounce. Even after, mind you, the original juicer got most of the juice, you're just trying to get the baby. You're trying to get the baby drips. You're trying to trick. Were you posing, trying to take credit for someone else's work? Because a lot of people used to do that, in the early 2000s and got caught doing it. Remember, I sued 3 people in 2017 and 2016 for literally taking my images and posting them on their website, talking about they were, dude, you were not here. I just took that picture like a week ago. I was in, mind you, I was in, what is that, Mountain View. It was this photograph. Let me show you. Ladies and gentlemen, it was this photograph that someone, watch it, it's multiple photographs. Someone tried to pose while I was in San Francisco during the pandemic. Also, tried to do the exact same thing. But in 2016, 2017, I had this guy literally stealing, he was stealing every photographer's image and putting them on his website. And saying that he took this photo, but here's the problem. See, if you know how to render photos, ladies and gentlemen, see, when I export out for low res, I got 2 options. I could do a full res option for low res, but I normally used to do 1000 by, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, by 100 pixels. So each time someone download that image and re-download it, it just becomes pixelated. So when you zoom in, it just becomes pixelated. So this guy tried to steal the images of a lot of photographers, right? And every photographer called him out. We sued the shit out of this guy. And next thing you know, this guy can never, mind you, he messed up his reputation. He can never get sponsored. He can never get a rep because he is known for stealing people's photos. But then again, that's a different story, but it was related to something that I was talking about just a moment ago. About how this man, mind you, went around and told the internet that I was a fake photographer. I'm not a filmmaker. Really. My work I've proven my work. It's on my website. Where I was, what festivals, who invited me, where I was. And you're gonna, mind you, and still call my photos fake. Oh my fucking panda. That's who this man is. He won't deny that I do fantastic work. He won't, he like I said in the last video, he just refuses to give me credit where credit is due. Because, hey, you always have something to say about people of color. Just watch the last video where he talks. I want you to watch a video about Lil Wayne. Oh my panda, you just going on rants, talk about people. Like I said, you don't even are aware that people make videos about you, how you rant on them. You should really check out YouTube instead of focus on me all the time. But like I said, he inserted himself, ladies and gentlemen, in my business between another fucking person that is actually a 4-time convicted felon. When you insert yourself, that means you're actually giving the felon credibility. You're vouching for that dude. Knowing that he's fucked himself just now. Look at his upload. He's gonna ghost for a while. Too late. We got your phone numbers, we got your address. Oh yeah, we been knew where you live. We just gave you a break, Alex. So someone come knocking in your, mind you, it's not your apartment. You're renting a room. Or are you still at that men's, what is that called? Is he still at that men's fucking shelter program? I think you are. I think you're at that place. You're lucky you lucky this is New York, because you're lucky that mind you, federal law states that like, but that's if you get a warrant. See, if they have a warrant, that's a different story. And I hope they do. I hope they look at my evidence I just uploaded, because you, sir, I'm sorry, man. These folks need... Listen, folks, I'm not better than any one of these folks. I have my fair share of guilt. But I guarantee you, I'm no gangbanger, not a drug dealer, don't sell drugs, don't fucking rob people. Mind you, I've been very transparent with all the donations that people have given me and use it for the right reasons. You don't see me smoking crack with your money, which he told. I was, mind you, most of you said that I was going to take your donations and buy drugs. Really? Ladies and gentlemen, no one's buying drugs. No one's doing anything but, mind you, buying hostels. Mind you, at the time, we didn't have any employment. Getting hostels on a very emergency days. Use that money for emergency days. But like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. If you want to kiss their ass and, you know, and take their word for it, that's fine. Or take his word for it and his toxic audience, because they all toxic. But I'm just giving you guys concept that, like, there are a lot of people out here really trying to struggle and make it, and you got these individuals that are trying to destroy someone's livelihood for personal gain. For him, it's personal gain. This is not about personal. He just wants money. Right, Mr. Mr. Dimhart, you said it in your own post. That makes you guilty. And not only that, a lot of people just saw that and say, yo, this is all about money for him. It is. He just wants to try it, but he can't. So he's going to try to use me as his way of making money on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, I hope you're watching this shit. I demonetize all of my content when I talk about this guy. Look at it. Right, YouTube? Please tell me and confirm that, YouTube. Look at it. Every time I make a video about this guy, I always never turn on monetization, because you guys are going to flag it anyway and demonetize it anyway. You're going to demonetize it. Like the last video. You're going to demonetize that too. And then the last one, last night too, right? Well, actually, you didn't yet. I'm waiting for at least a week. Yeah, everyone, I'm waiting for a week for YouTube, because YouTube like to play sneaky in the middle of the night and then say, oh yeah, at 3:13 a.m. we flagged your video because it's inappropriate language is being used. But this channel is for adults. What's the point of demonetizing if it's only for adults? What? But like I said, everyone, I'm now the one that's ranting, because this is my livelihood. I have to protect me from, mind you, scam artists like Dimhart, because what he is, he's scamming you to believe something that is not true. If it was so true, why I never been arrested for all that bullshit you claimed I was? Think about it. We've been stopped by cops. We just got frisked by cops this summer on the fucking subway platform. Remember that? They fucking ran my ID and didn't find a single fucking ticket or warrant. So what is your claim? Remember that, everybody? Those two officers literally fucking stopped me because I called them out for their stupidity. Your qualified immunity is in my pocket. Yeah, look at that video. When I was in, mind you, Broadway Junction's train station. Even people on YouTube, on Instagram was like, yo, even other cops was like, what was that for? This is your boys. Hey, my boys, that's from another precinct. You see how other precincts snitch on other precincts? Even several cops even called that out. You were profiled, and that's why I got a lawsuit. Watch, they're gonna take their sweet ass time with that lawsuit. I don't care. I don't care. But guess what? My rights were violated that day. Like I said, everyone, we are going through the fucking real hardships, while this guy lives, mind you, in a very controlled, well-established country where they take care of their own. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Dimhart. What's the percentage of homelessness in Sweden right now? Under fucking 5%, right? But America, exactly. But no one's going to talk about how, mind you, cops read my name again and couldn't find a ticket or a warrant. So what was this bullshit you talking about? That I committed a crime, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Mind you, yes, I'm aware that tasers are illegal in New York City. But I purchased my taser when I was in Wisconsin. And I got the paperwork for it. Therefore, if a cop does stop me and says, what is in the box there? Oh, that's my taser from Wisconsin. I got paperwork and everything. Where I bought it, I got the receipt. I got the electronic receipt. I got the transaction receipt from it. I'm aware of that. That is illegal. But you have you been robbed by fucking 3 people before, Mr. Dimhart? Try to jump you and try to take your shit? Have you seen my upload about the worst criminals you should be paying attention to? You see how that man that's barely survived 9/11 was jumped and killed by 3 black men for bullshit dollars in his pocket. Was it even worth it? Was it even worth it? He died for nothing. All because these dudes want a few dollars, bro. You ain't out here trying to help people and speak up for people. You're not out here trying to tell people what they should do when they see something. I'm sorry, this is New York. You see something, you say something. This ain't Sweden. This ain't fucking Denmark either. This is America. Get that to your fucking head. Let me here's
Black people commit more crimes, but the truth is that black people are convicted of more crimes. Look at crack versus cocaine. Crack gets you way more time, even though cocaine is literally the purer form of the drug. More black people get busted for crack than pure cocaine, and more white people get busted with pure cocaine than crack. And this isn't an accident. Back in the Nixon administration, his domestic advisor even admitted to wanting to disrupt black communities by heavily criminalizing drugs associated with those communities. This was always about control, never about crime. The same system that used slave patrols to catch runaway slaves merely evolved into modern policing and mass incarceration. This is the system working as intended, and prisons are working with corporations in order to provide them with cheap labor, essentially slave labor. And bear in mind that many inmates are non-violent drug offenders who couldn't afford better representation. Sound familiar? Does it sound systemic? We need to boycott every corporation that profits from mass incarceration and take the money out of prisons. Poke around and see who uses prison labor. I bet you could live without a lot of those companies.
Yeah, shout out to True Outcome for mentioning that. Mr. Dimhart, did you know that? And you are part of the problem. You act like that problem. Always want to convict a black person for doing something they didn't even do. That is what you all are. Every single hater. That's what you are doing. Always trying to convict someone of color when they did nothing of any sort of crime. But guess what? I'm still going to be convicted of crime. No matter what I do, what job I get. It would not even matter if I was rich. Because guess what? Rich football players get pulled over because they black. Basketball players get pulled over because they black. Black women get pulled over because they're black. And mind you, we can be upstanding citizens and we still be, mind you, accused of a crime. That is America, and that is what you're portrayed in, Mr. Dimhart. And this is why I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, he has this thing to violate people of color. Watch his channel no long. You can see the inconsistencies. All his channel is basically rants about other people's lives. You're not even focused on your life anymore. But this is what I just said earlier. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but you got to understand, why doesn't he just improve his content? His video quality sucks. He calls himself a filmmaker, but I don't understand. I'm not portraying to be someone I'm not. I told you guys the truth. I'm homeless. I'm out here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You don't see me hiding behind a fucking mask or from anonymous email. You don't see me hiding behind fucking filters. I've been very fucking upfront about every fucking thing I have done. And you guys still crucify me for it. It's like, either way, you don't want me to win. This is why, like I said, you didn't know me before 2022. Didn't know me then, you didn't know me before. And now you want to try to reach back. And here's the problem. When someone did try to go back into my videos, like Alex made a big mistake and told a big ass lie. I never sue anyone for $230,000. He just made that up and you guys soaked that in and believed it too. You soaked it in and you believed it. And then he got caught with it. It's like, dude, you took a screenshot when I was in San Jose. Why were you taking a screenshot when I'm in San Jose, California, when I'm at the university doing graduation photos and trying to make money? I don't understand where the $230,000 lawsuit came from, because I never sued anyone for that kind of money. And that was the first time I started laughing. And this is where he fucked up. Again, you inserted yourself when I came up and started talking about it. And you had to interfere, Mr. Demhart. You had to insert your fucking white ass into my fucking business. So, I'll call it like it is. You don't like what I just said? Sue me. Come to America and sue me. I guarantee you'll lose. Like I said, your emails told a big different story. You had criminal intent to cause harm at the beginning. Then you try to make it up with those fucking stupid donations. But once again,
black people commit more crimes, but the truth is that black people are convicted of more crimes. Look at crack versus cocaine. Crack gets you way more time, even though cocaine is literally the purer form of the drug. More black people get busted for crack than pure cocaine, and more white people get busted with pure cocaine than crack. And this isn't an accident. Back in the Nixon administration, his domestic advisor even admitted to wanting to disrupt black communities by heavily criminalizing drugs associated with those communities. This was always about control, never about crime. The same system that used slave patrols to catch runaway slaves merely evolved into modern policing and mass incarceration. This is the system working as intended, and prisons are working with corporations in order to provide them with cheap labor, essentially slave labor. And bear in mind that many inmates are non-violent drug offenders who couldn't afford better representation. Sound familiar? Does it sound systemic? We need to boycott every corporation that profits from mass incarceration and take the money out of prisons. Poke around and see who uses prison labor. I bet you could live without a lot of those companies.
And I guarantee it, Mr. Demhart, your country uses the labor laws too. So you are no better than this country, you are no better than me, you are no better than nobody. You just a guy that just can't get it together anymore. So you gotta bring someone else down with you. You don't see me doing shit like this.
My sister got the motherfucking boost down. My sister got the motherfucking boost down. My sister got the motherfucking boost down. My sister got the motherfucking.
This is fucking degrading. This is degrading to me. This is why I don't get any government benefits. Because, mind you, sorry to say this, but I think some black people in America will agree with me right now. Yes, this makes our culture look like desperate, fucking, no good, fucking lazy, fucking black people. I'm disgusted with you too. You make a song about food stamps, taxpayer dollars, but you don't want to get off your ass. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried to get SNAP, BET, 3-4 times in New York City and been denied each time. And you know what? I'm not gonna try again. Fuck it. Fuck that. I'd rather be off that than fucking have someone to say, oh, but you on benefits, you on SNAP. I'm like, but I deserve those SNAPs. And that's the problem with SNAP. I do agree with some Republicans that SNAP should be for those that actually worked a long time in their life and deserve benefits like this. Not for people, mind you, the program was actually designed to give, mind you, homes that are under the poverty level a chance to survive under the, mind you, the food supplemental program. But instead, people took advantage of it. People sell their food stamps. People, mind you, cash in on it. People, mind you, this year alone, over 1,500 people went to federal prison for literally misabusing food stamps or EBT or SNAP. And mind you, these arrests are continuing to happen to this day. Even when I'm making this video right now, there are people getting arrested for abuse of SNAP. You don't think people know what you're doing with those EBT? Mind you, there's CCTV everywhere. When you cash in on anything that you buy with that EBT, you leave a blueprint, a timestamp, and a transaction. What is you don't understand about that? You leave a transaction where you prove that you are being reckless with mind you, with free food stamps, mind you, food supplement program benefits. You're literally abusing this. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm being picked on, but I'm not abusing any of these government funds or government programs or these free programs. But I'm being picked on. I'm being ridiculed for, mind you, donating to a community fish tonight. And mind you, I gotta go to fucking work in the next 2 hours. Fuck. Mind you that this whole entire time, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 47 minutes, I've been killing time to go to fucking work tonight. Because I got a shift from 12 to 5. What is Mr. Dimhart doing? Oh, he's just watching my videos so he can make some excuses, some rant and complain about everything I have said. Just like the rest of everyone. Complaining. I'm complaining now because this is my right. You're literally stepping on my toes. You're literally telling people a false narrative. Like I said, I was just stopped by the police and, oh, was that July? July 17th, right? We were stopped at, thank you, Yuki. July 17th, we were stopped at, mind you, that was just 3-4 fucking months ago. That was just 4 months ago. Those two officers ran my name and couldn't find a single crime or ticket or warrant. Mind you, I don't even have an arrest record. Couldn't find a single thing. So what is your excuse now, Mr. Dimhart? Because you claim that I'm a criminal. You claim, yes you did. You claimed that I'm a criminal. What crime did I commit? Perjury? Fraud? Really? If I did, I'm pretty sure PayPal would have stopped my account under federal law. They could do that. Yes, they can. Oh, see, there's something that you weren't aware of. And if that's the case as well, then, to tell you the truth, then local law enforcement or FBI or whatever agency that's wants to be involved with financial, mostly IRS, they would have been here by now. They would have been here by now. They know where I hang out. They know where I work. I just, mind you, I had to file fill out my tax form so it would fucking work. So I'm pretty sure they know where I work. And mind you, if I would have done something, they would have taken out my check already. And would have told me what it was for. They would send me a nice little mail or send it to my employer and make sure I get it. You see, that's how it works here in the U.S. See, the IRS don't play that shit. They want their money. They want their money. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, when you give me donations and I have to, mind you, fill out that 1099, I make sure I account for everything. And I make sure I tell the IRS what I used it for. Look, I brought food and all this. This is on video. Here's a timer. Here's a video that links this. All of it is linked. I ain't no fool and I ain't no dummy. So when I do get a deductible, which I don't, which actually last year I got a $45 deductible. I was like, boo, boo, boo. But ladies and gentlemen, just giving you guys a heads up about that. They would have been here by now. So what crime did I commit, Mr. Dimhart? Since you are expert in law, you claim. You're expert about espionage, right? Yeah, I'm making fun of this, everybody, because this is hilarious, but it's also fucking concerning. He came to me, picking a fight for no reason. And in real life, you will lose. I'm faster, stronger, and capable of knocking you out. So stop it. Know how to breathe. Like I just said in my last comment. Didn't your parents teach you how to walk before you speak? Because you ain't walking right. You drunk? Or you just that delusional? Got old age, huh? So you got nothing better else to do. Don't want to exercise. Don't want to go to the gym. Don't want to work out. Don't want to fucking go to a community center. And mind you, every Friday I go to a community center, everybody, and volunteer for a senior citizen. Spend 1 hour with the senior citizen. Keep them company. Because none of you motherfucking young folks don't want to do it. You're too busy with the TikTok and shit. And the Instagram bull crap. But I make time for everything. Like I said, I'm trying to rebuild my name because you destroyed it. And you wonder why I'm doing all these fucking things. Yeah, I'm building my name because you in the audience destroyed it. By telling these lies. Now everyone see the lies. One Love, Long Island City, Bushwick, the city. Some NYPD cops even know that you fucking bullshit. And I'm just saying to you folks, the more you bullshit, the more people like, but you're here. How are you there right now? Like today, someone thought I was at fucking Starbucks today. I'm like, but I'm with you. And everyone's like, this is the fucking shit you gotta go to. Yeah, they doxing a corporation, another business. This is stupid. And you guys don't know the repercussions behind that. You can get sued for damages from Starbucks. This is why I was warning you. Don't do it. This is, mind you, this is a corporation. They find any way to fucking milk any citizen. It's a corporation, not a fucking franchise. Corporations want to fucking milk the citizen. Come on, guys. But here's the problem with that also. I have nothing to do with Starbucks. And you guys are literally posting the address. And actually, that's not, well, technically it's not the address. 2614 is currently not the address. It's a weird story because it's actually the building that cop lives in. And there's a cop that lives right upstairs that comes down every morning, talks to everyone in the store. Because he's the guy that wants to find that little fucking prick that's been stealing the fucking... Mind you, the last time he stole something is when I recorded it. That was about 3 weeks ago. And I was just walking by one night, and he starts stealing, sticking cups in the bag. Then he takes someone's drink and food. So, you know what happens next, right? It's not him that's going to go to jail or get blamed for it. It's that Bautista that's going to get blamed for it. Because, mind you, their boss are going to say, why didn't you pull out your camera and recorded that? See? They want you to... Yeah, it's a long story, but I don't like Starbucks. I don't like their work ethic sometimes. But it's the people that work at that location that were kind enough, mind you, in 2023, were kind enough to let me just hang out, use the space for videos. They thought it was pretty cool. because no one does that shit around here. And now they want to like, oh, Panda, you don't show up anymore. You don't come by anymore. I don't want to come by anymore. But look at me, everybody. In the last few years, I went on a couple of dates while still being homeless. Look at that, Mr. Dimhart. I have hobbies and a life. You know, we went on a date with few guests. Ooh, where are they? We went on a date with few guests, but, you know, I'm not the one to brag, but as you can see, everyone, I'm just showing you guys some food images that me donating food to Community Fridge, called the One Love Community Fridge. The links are down in the description below if you want to donate to them. So, mind you, every weekend, we give out food bags, but depends on the food bag. But, ladies and gentlemen, Dimhart, he's not an athletic person as I am. But look at me. Look at me, everybody.
Wow.
Look at me, everybody. This man, Mr. Dimhart, can't even fucking jump 2 inches off the ground. But I can jump on boats and fucking obstacles. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, no one's a drug dealer, no one's a drug addict. We've always been athletic. We've always been about our sports. We always kept a positive attitude and a better structure for our body. We don't eat junk food. We don't do bullshit food.
Wow.
One more time for your mind. Mr. Dimhart, I hope you're watching this, man. Like I said, you wish you'd be like me. Like I said, Mr. Dimhart, you wish you were like me, bro. You wish. You don't got the skills. Look, let me embarrass you even more. You don't have skills. Look. Know how fucking high that fucking shit was? Do you know how fucking high that shit was, man? Did you know I felt that? I felt that in my back. I'm 46, everybody. I felt that shit. When I jumped that high, I felt that, you know how that, you know how you, how can I explain it? You know how you have that muscle right there on your spine, and when you jump, you just feel the stretch, like, ooh. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, yeah, I felt that. But I kept doing it again and again, and it went away. But like I said, Mr. Darren, can you do things like this at my age? Oh, at your age, because, mind you, you claim you're not really that old. But I'm telling you, I know rollerblades your age that can still do this. What are you doing with yourself? Like I said, in the PayPal refunds, go get a hobby and a life. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I know this should not make my YouTube channel famous, and I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to get your courtesy or your love when talking about this person. All I'm trying to make sure is you understand where this all originated from. It originated from all the hate. This person came from a community with a bunch of hate. Look at that. You're not, mind you, this year we were at B&H Expo, and B&H had me as a key, I guess, like a spotlight celebrity for the last 3 days of that event. Mind you, I was the talk of the floor at freaking Blitz Expo. I walked around like a human robot with all of that gear. Look at that, everybody. Look at that. I'm walking around with 3 cameras, 2 fucking mobile setups, 2 gimbals. And by the way, thank you, Jayun, for sending me one of those gimbals to complete my setup for the Blitz Expo. See? You just mad because you don't got sponsorships. You don't got brands hooking you up, bro. Don't get mad because I got swagger and you don't. So with that said, everyone, I don't want to bore you anymore. I'm just trying to tell you guys, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm going to keep proving why I'm better than most of these goddamn people that want to hate on my fucking network. I'm so sick of it. Stop trying to destroy my name. Because you don't have a name. That's not my fault you don't want to put yourself out there.